how's it going, everyone? I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today I have another speaking lesson for you. A lot of students want to improve their speaking, but they don't have a native English speaker to practice with. It is true that the best way to practice speaking is with a native speaker, but if you don't have or if you don't know any native speakers, here is a way that you can practice speaking completely alone. Let's get started. If you want to practice speaking by yourself, the first thing you should do is choose some topics to speak about. Here are a few ideas. If you are more of a beginner, you could talk about what you did that day, people in your life like your friends or your family, talk about your job, or if you're a student, talk about what you're studying, or you could talk about your favorite book or movie, talk about the plot, talk about why you like it, and then last, hopefully you are learning new vocabulary words. Practice using those words in sentences. If you're more advanced, you can talk about your ideas and opinions on politics, religion, culture, or society. You can also practice discussing your future goals in life or your hopes for the future of, society in general. You could also talk about major events from your country's history, or take a recent conversation you've had, preferably a more advanced conversation where you're discussing some somewhat deep topics, and try to translate that conversation from your native language into English. And then at the bottom there, under all levels, I have use articles and videos. These are great ways to think of new topics to speak about. If you don't know where to find good English learning articles or videos, watch my lesson about 3 free websites for learning English. I will put a link in the video right now. Okay, so here's the thing. You don't want to choose a topic and then spend several minutes preparing what you will say. You want this to be fairly natural. You want to say it as you think of it, just like you would in a real English conversation. So what I would suggest doing is actually having a handful of topics and then choosing one at random so you don't know exactly what the topic will be until you get it. And then set a timer and speak about that topic until the time runs out. You could do 1 minute, or if you want to practice speaking for longer, try 2 or 3 minutes. And as you are speaking, you want to record what you say. So most people have smartphones. Press that record button and record your 1 to 3 minutes of speaking. And then after you've finished speaking, you're going to want to listen to that recording. Now, don't feel bad about the mistakes in the recording. Everybody makes speaking mistakes. When I make these videos, I make a ton of speaking mistakes. I have to go back and re-record sections to make sure my speaking is perfect. What you want to do is, as you are listening to that recording, think about several different questions. First of all, are you easy to understand? Your pronunciation probably will not be the same as a native speaker, but is it correct enough that it is easy to understand and people know what words you're trying to say? And then as far as grammar goes, here are a few questions. Are you speaking in full sentences? Do your subjects and verbs agree? If you don't know what that means, I have another lesson on that. I'll post a link now. And is your word order in your sentences correct? There are several other things you could think about, like, are you correctly using singular and plural nouns? Are your adjectives in the correct place in the sentence? Are you using articles correctly? But those are just a few examples of grammar points to think about while you listen to your speaking. You can also think about vocabulary. Are the words you're using to describe things, are they correct and are they accurate? Or are there other words that are maybe more accurate or better? And also, are you using the same words again and again and again? Or is there variety in your speaking? If you tend to use the same words really often, it would be smart to find some synonyms or similar words so you can add more variety to your speaking and you aren't just saying the same words over and over. And then last, do your sentences flow together, or are there awkward pauses where you have to stop and think about what you'll say or how you'll say something? The objective here is to find what your weaknesses are for your speaking and then do your best on your own to try to improve those weaknesses. Here's an example of a way you can use this to study. So like I said earlier, you should make a list of maybe 10, 15, 20 different topics and then randomly select a topic. You don't want to have planned this in advance. Record yourself speaking, listen to it, and review your recording for a few minutes. And then maybe in a speaking study session, do that for 5 or 6 different topics. If you do that a couple of times a week, I guarantee you within maybe a month or two, your speaking will have noticeably improved. Okay, that is the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some new ideas on how you can improve your speaking, even if you're by yourself. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Keep studying hard. I'll see you guys in the next video.